നമസ്കാരം. എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാനുണ്ടോ? എനിക്കറിയാം, ഇങ്ങനൊരു പരിപാടികൾ നടക്കുന്ന എനിക്കൊരു സ്പീച്ച് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ആ സമയത്താണ് സാധാരണ ആൾക്കാർ പുറത്തേക്ക് പോവുക, ബാത്റൂമിൽ പോവുക. ഞാനൊക്കെ എങ്ങനെയായിരുന്നു അതേപോലെ. പക്ഷേ we have to update you on what we have achieved as a group. നമ്മളിവിടെ കാണിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത് നമ്മളൊരു ഗ്രൂപ്പായിട്ട്, ഇന്ത്യൻ മലയാളി അസോസിയേഷൻ ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പായിട്ട് അച്ചീവ് ചെയ്ത കാര്യങ്ങളും നമ്മൾ വന്ന ആ നാൾ വഴികളുമാണ്. And the presentation will be in English, not because I know that it's Onam and Malayalam is the appropriate language, but നമ്മുടെ ചെറിയ കുട്ടികളുണ്ട് ഇവിടെ. They should also understand what they are contributing, both as a member of our society and our association, and the things that they have contributed throughout this year. So this is just a brief overview of what IMA is, IMA was, and what are the achievements that we have achieved over the years, and also some specific highlights of what we did this year. Next slide, please. So at a glance, like any other organization, IMA had its own birthing difficulties. There were a group of very motivated people, and you can see right from the year 1990, it started as an informal gathering in different associations. I'm not going to read through the slides, you can see it. So over the years, it's slowly, and as you know, Midwest is not a big destination for expatriates, but over the years, as you know, in the Midwest, we have a lot of Malayalis coming in, and as a result, we have slowly but steadily expanded IMA. And today we are proud to say that maybe we have the highest number of people gathering for the celebration today, almost touching 400, so that's a great achievement. So one of the things that I have highlighted during 2006, our founders and our initial members, they also made it a point that this is not just about having fun. This is also about doing what we can as a group, the power of collectivity to help other people back in our state and also in the state that we are living in. So the iTouch, which is IMA's charity initiative, was born, and over the years we have tried to contribute. In Malayalam there is a saying, "Annarakannan thannalayathu." Whatever we can do as a group, we have tried to give back to Kerala and also to the members of this society who were in need of such things. So some highlights of what we did for this IMA, and some of this Dr. Sri Kumar had mentioned in his inaugural speech, so I'm not going through the whole thing. But one of the things that we really wanted is to hear from you guys as to what you want. So the survey told us that we have to start our programs in time, and every group has tried it. The problem is you need the audience. So a big applause to all of you. Give a collective hand. Yeah, because no amount of planning can substitute for you guys coming on time and having the program done in time. So what you have achieved, thank you for doing this. You guys have achieved it. It's not the IMA committee that did it. So thank you for doing that. And we also started with the World Cup prediction contest. We had a Christmas program. Also, we initiated one of the biggest things that we always wanted to do. A lot of members in our our community wanted to learn Chanda. So at last we were fortunate to find some gurus, and we initiated a Chanda class maybe just 4-5 months ago. So we are still in the budding stages, but hopefully we'll have a Chanda team by next Onam. And then we also did a survey to gauge the Malayalam class interest. So because of a lack of interest, that could not materialize. So that's something that we'll keep pushing through, and once we reach that critical mass, we will follow through with that aspect, and hopefully the next committee will take care of it as well. So again, the main thing was to the iTouch initiative of this year. That would be the meat of this presentation, and also the Kerala Day that supports the iTouch initiative. Also, we reinvigorated the family sponsorship initiative, which is basically, as you know, Malayali group, like unlike the Telugu or Gujarati group, we don't have a lot of entrepreneurs. Most of us are professionals or salaried employees. So our, and with the inflation, if you go to Kroger, you can see how the things have gone up in prices, etc. So to contribute towards running this program successfully, we also started this family sponsorship, and we are fortunate that a number of families actually sponsored this program as well. So these are some highlights. If you, many of you have attended the Christmas program. So these are some of the highlights of that program. It was very well attended, as you can see, and also we were managed to almost start on time and end on time, which again is a testament to your commitment and your initiative to come on time and make it a grand success. There was a cake baking competition as well, and the prizes were distributed for the World Cup soccer prediction as well. Next slide. So these are some pictures. Kids had a good time. We had a music group that came from Chicago, and our own MC Manushree was a part of it, and it was an amazing performance. It was a musical evening, and everybody really enjoyed it. So we look forward for you guys to join the IMA the next Christmas as well. So again, the iTouch program, it started in 2006, and the goals are listed there. Again, I'm not going to read through it, but the thing is, the main thing is to help those who are in dire need with whatever we can. And also, as you know, our kids are living in a different environment, and by being part of this and by seeing what we are doing, it also opens their eyes as to how fortunate they are. At the same time, create that wave of empathy that would actually translate into good human beings as they grow up. We also provide charitable contributions to our organizations here in Indiana. Again, next. So these are all the previous committees have done a great job of doing this. These are the things that we have done over the years. We have tried to find people, and we have tried to help them directly from here back home to Kerala. This was the last committee. They also did a great job. This was not presented last time, so I wanted to make sure that the committee gets a shout out for doing the iTouch and then providing for this to this well-deserved individuals. So one of the highlights, and we have our esteemed Safirullah IAS here, and he was the collector of Ernakulam when the flood happened, and he was telling me as to what a time it was, unprecedented in the history of many of us, right? So this was one of the proudest moments of Indiana Malayalis as a team. We are a very small group, like I said, but we did a lot of things, and we could not believe when we could raise almost $70,000 to help our state. And these are the various initiatives. You can see there was a distribution of essential goods. One of the groups that have been less highlighted is the fishermen. The brave fishermen who actually helped a lot with rescue efforts. The scholarship for the kids of those fishermen who are in schools and colleges, and providing them with equipment, and also essential goods and some of the tools of trade that many people use, like sweep machines and stuff. Also, there was also wheelchairs for the people who lost wheelchairs during this event. And also we managed to build 3 houses. And what also we are very proud of as a group, Indiana Malayalis, is that we did not sell it to anybody's fund. We did it directly from here. We identified NGOs so that every penny that you contributed went into the actual rebuild and to people who need it. So for this year, I know many people are aware of what happened and who are the recipients, because we had a unprecedented turnout for the Kerala Day as well. So the 2 people that we identified was the 6-year-old daughter of Major Jarin Kurivila. He is an army officer in India, and his daughter was suffering from neuroblastoma, which many of you know. It's a very serious cancer. The chance of survival is very less, but he reached out to us, and then when you talk to the father, you know that he has not given up on the child. They went through a lot of therapies. They used up all their retirement funds and the funds of their parents, but still he did not lose hope. He wanted to do a experimental treatment, which can be done in the US in North Carolina in a hospital. And he reached out to us, and we said we will do whatever we can. And the next slide, the second person is this person. She's a +2 student. Her name is Sumaya Mishafar. So she was born with eyesight, but she had an infection in between, and then she lost the eyesight. So the person who recommended her also reached out to us. It's the teacher, the teacher from her school. So she reached out to us and said that we can help. They are also raising funds. They are also getting government help. So with the help of IMA, there is a surgery that has a good chance for her to regain her eyesight. Next slide, please. So again, like most of you know who have been in this community for a long time, we do this fundraising through a day called Kerala Day, where the members of our community cook different varieties of Kerala food and food from the south mainly, and we sell that, and we also raise that money and send that money back to Kerala to the needy. Also, there will be individual donations for people who come, and a lot of people participated this year as well. So this one was done on 29th April of this year. So these are the pictures of what happened that day, and we need to give a big shout out to all the people who contributed for this. Was an amazing turnout, a lot of food, and a great participation. So thank you very much to all of you who contributed. So these are pictures. We also have people from other places, prominent personalities like Marla who came and contributed a lot. So it was a grand success. So these are the numbers, and we want to present it before you. This has been unprecedented. If you look at how much we raised, usually on a Kerala day we get maybe $2,000 to $4,000 if it's a good day, but we managed to raise around $8,000. And mainly it's all you because you heard the story of this child. You knew that a small amount would not be enough to for even a plane ticket, right, to US. So you guys have come out, you guys helped us. So a very, very big thank you to all of you for a very successful Kerala Day. So so what we did was, she was actually during this period we were in touch with Krista's father. She was actually going through a bad period. Her immunotherapy failed, so there was rejection happening, and she wanted to be taken to the emergency. So they needed fund for that. So we immediately transferred, the bulk of that amount to her to make sure that, her emergency treatment is taken care of. For Sumaya, we have still not sent the money. We wanted to make sure that the surgeries are finalized, everything is done, so that we can help with the surgery as well. Next slide, please. So as many of you know, maybe after a month or so, she succumbed to her disease. It was a tough time. You see your kids, and you see these faces, but that was a brave family, and we are very proud that even they was a losing cause, we stood with them. We all stood with them as a group, and thank you again for doing that. Again, coming to the lighter part, the Chanda class. So after a long time, we could find some teachers who are willing to teach us online. Again, this is from my village. I hail from a village called Purur in Kerala near Thrissur, very famous for its temple instruments. Purur Trayam, Annamanada Trayam, these are all masters of Panjavadyam and Chanda. So they agreed to teach us. So we started the class, and these are the gurus that taught us. Next slide, please. So this is a snippet of what's happening right now, and this is also a shout out to everybody there. If you see some of the people doing the drums, you can realize that you don't need a lot of talent. You just have to have that perseverance. So you are welcome to join the Chanda classes when we start. Please play the video. So as you can see, we are not still there, but it's moving along nice and smoothly. So next slide. So now it's a very important part of this presentation. Let me invite our esteemed President, Dr. Srikumar Pillai, to make this announcement and give a few words.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. So it's my privilege to announce the Lifetime Achievement Award for Dr. Matthew Pillai. And I know that there is no need for introduction for Matthew sir in this crowd, but I know that there are lots of new people here, so I will say a few words about Dr. Matthew. Dr. Matthew was born in Vaikam, Kerala, and completed his studies from Germany and Canada. So he joined as an assistant professor of computer science at Indiana University, Purdue University in 1998, and in 2013 he was promoted as the Executive Associate Dean for the School of Informatics and Computing. Dr. Matthew was influential in academic collaborations between various universities in India and also Indiana, and thus attracting a large number of students from India to the US. Thousands of students outside. This is a big achievement in terms of academic activities. In addition to the academic achievements, Dr. Matthew was instrumental in leading an initiative called IDU, that is called Informatics Diversity Enhanced Workforce. So this is a signature program by the IUPY, and the goal is to bring advanced training to students and teachers in the inner city schools and the other workforce in the Indianapolis metro area. For this community-focused effort, Dr. Matthew was recognized by the Governor of Indiana with the Sagamore of the Wabash Award. And this is the highest civilian award that is given by the Governor in Indiana. And I don't know how many people heard about Sagamore of the Wabash Award, and I didn't know much, but I looked it up. Actually, it's not a small feat. If you look online and look up who received this award before, George W. Bush, Gus Grissom, who was one of the astronauts from Indiana, David Letterman. So this tells us he stands in the community, and we are very fortunate to have Dr. Matthew as a part of IMA. So I invite Dr. Matthew to the stage.
I don't know who that guy is, but that was probably in 1988, 90s. So IMA Onam today brings back a lot of memories. First of all, happy Onam to you all. We started here in Indianapolis, our home in 1988. That time there were 3 Malayali families, and one of them sitting right there, Babu Umbat, and one of the persons that left. So from there, fast forward 35 years now, how wonderful where IMA, the Malayali community, has grown and where we are now. So even at that time, we used to have Onam at somebody's house, somebody's basement, and then we gradually move up to venues like this. Amazing programs, a lot of children. But throughout this period, as Manoj mentioned earlier, the IMA has a very special focus that we built very early on community, touching the community. Whatever way we can, that is instilling some opportunity for those who don't have it. One of them is the iTouch program. I'm so excited, so thrilled, so heartfelt. The iTouch program is still vibrant and it continues to function the way it is. The Kerala Day was there this time. It was a blast. So many people participating, contributing to this cause. So the Wabash Award that I received is also part of the community outreach. What I wanted to say is simply, of course, we are here, we are fortunate, but there are a lot of not so fortunate people out there, whether it is in our community, that's the Indianapolis community, or back home in Kerala, So that was the focus that we wanted to instill in IMA, with IMA, from the beginning onwards, and also communicating that with our children. So keeping them part of that. One of that program, unfortunately, that didn't continue is the Feed the Hungry. Once a month, Saturday morning, throughout the year, cold winter days, we would serve like 7 o'clock in the morning, hot breakfast for people who need food. And then when we reach 7 o'clock, there would be a long lineup of people wanting food. This is here in Indianapolis. So those kind of needs exist to those who are not fortunate. We wanted to make sure our small community, our Indiana Malayali Association, are concerned or connected with that humble cause, whichever way we can. And I'm extremely happy that mission is continuing the new delegates and the new committee members. So, Srivar, thank you for your kind words, and thank you for this recognition to the committee members for whatever humble piece that I have done and being part of this community. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you. Says lifetime achievement. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew, sir. So next is, we want to express our thanks to our sponsors. We didn't want to keep it to the end because we wanted people to see it, because they have been instrumental in making this program a success, and without their, large-heartedness, this would not have happened. So some of the murku, some of the appam, all that you ate came from them. So thank you. So these are the family sponsors. So thank you very much, and a big applause to all of them who contributed. We are not taking any names, but thank you very much. This really helped the program. So next are our big heavyweights, the bigger sponsors. Next slide, please. Yeah. So our platinum sponsor, please come to the stage. Vinod has been part of IMA for a long time, and he has been a constant contributor both in efforts and with money to help this IMA and also our community. He's a very well-known realtor, and he has been instrumental in finding homes for many people who newly moved to Indiana. So please welcome Vinod to the stage. So these are our gold sponsors, the Celebrate Architects. Salil, if you are here. Salil. And Omar, I don't think he's here, right? Yeah, so thank you very much. Is Salil here? So our silver sponsor, Praveena. And then there is Metamorph Systems and Mudra Dance Academy. Krishna Kumar will be receiving the recognition for the Metamorph Systems. His full name is Krishna Kumar Padmanabhan. Praveena, is Praveena? Thank you, Praveena, for your contributions. Now it's Sujita Jitesh, the director of Mudra Dance Academy and also the wife of our esteemed treasurer, Jitesh, who is standing right there. I think that concludes the speech. Now you can go back to more interesting stuff, so the programs will continue.